You charged the HOA $4,000 for the internet?
Karen stood on my porch, face redder than a stop sign, waving the invoice like it was a court summons. I sipped my coffee and said calm as ever, "That's right. That's what happens when you steal bandwidth and don't ask permission to mount the equipment on my roof." She sputtered.
You're extorting me!
I raised an eyebrow. "No, Karen. I'm billing you. You're the one who trespassed." Let me back up a bit. I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood where the only real disturbance was our HOA president, Karen. She's the type who walks around with a clipboard, knocking on doors to remind you your grass is half an inch too long. Still, I kept my head down, paid my dues, mowed my lawn, stayed out of trouble. Until one day, I started noticing weird charges on my internet bill. Extra data usage, bandwidth spikes in the middle of the night, stuff that didn't add up. I live alone. I don't game, I don't stream 4K movies. But somehow I was going over my data cap every month. So I called my provider. They said,
Looks like you have multiple connected devices pinging from different IP ranges. It could be repeaters.
"Repeaters? I don't own any repeaters." I climbed up to my roof that weekend, and there they were, two small Wi-Fi repeaters, wired into the back of my satellite dish. I had to blink a few times, but yeah, they were real, and not mine. I took pictures, called the HOA, and who shows up but Karen herself?
Oh, those?
She said, waving dismissively.
We had them installed to improve neighborhood coverage. It's a shared network now for safety and communication between board members.
"On my roof?" I asked.
Your house has the best signal elevation.
She said, like that made it okay. I stared at her. "You didn't ask for permission. This is my property." She just rolled her eyes.
The HOA has a right to optimize resources for the benefit of the community.
"Optimize resources? Lady, you hijacked my roof like it was a public utility." Now, I'm no tech genius, but I do work in IT. So I played along. "All right," I said calmly. "As long as I'm getting compensated for the bandwidth you're using, I've got no problem." She nodded, clearly not paying attention. That night, I switched to a premium metered internet provider. Every byte of data, tracked. Every request from those repeaters, logged. Then I throttled the speed just enough to slow things down, nothing noticeable, but enough to let the system rack up time. 2 weeks later, the HOA received a tidy little invoice. $4,216, itemized, complete with timestamps, IP logs, device activity, and overage charges. I attached a formal letter. "Since you're using my network for HOA operations, here's your monthly bandwidth usage bill." Karen freaked. She stormed my porch, threatened legal action, called me unethical. I said, "You installed unauthorized equipment on private property and used it without consent. That's theft, Karen." She stomped away. Guess what happened next? The next day, the repeaters were gone. Now my roof is clear. My network is mine. My peace, restored. Let that be a lesson. You can trespass on my roof, but the moment you tap into my network, you're playing by my rules.